Some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Notre Dame's offense will have first crack at this one. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man quickly. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and an array of possibilities here. Kinnick is having a conniption fit to try to help the knee on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Trying to do it on the ground. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass on second down. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewitt.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but they got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
That's caught. It's Reese. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. To the ground with the back. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out and you can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. The linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Irish!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Iowa's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You're just getting trouble.
Bringing it back. Gets it past the marker. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it.
Man, having a great back makes life so easy on your offense. It balances everybody out. It commits more guys to the box. And this guy all season long, he's in the top 10 in rushing for a reason.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. It's the better play there by the defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. A little screen to the running back. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. To the air on 1st down. Got his man to the left. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It's the end of the first quarter, and now time for one of the great traditions in college football, when the entire crowd here in Iowa City will turn and give a wave to the children at the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Everyone engage, and we wave and salute those kids and wish them all the best. Always a treat to be here at Iowa and take part in a special moment. Hope these kids enjoy the rest of the game as we play on into the 2nd quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Marshall is ahead right now in Huntington, but that's not exactly Randy Moss out there controlling this game. Things are a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Arkansas State. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it off here. Soft spot in the middle. And defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Roach. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
I love the execution by the defense here. Hey, listen, the jet sweep obviously more and more popular. We got to contain the edges. We can't let him get wild outside. Nice job containing the football, everybody rallying and limiting the damage on the front.
So now it's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Gets it out fast. Breaks the tackle and he's got room. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Hawkeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hawkeyes!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll go to the ground. Fighting off the defender. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Unloads it left. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. and see how the D reacts. Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here's the handoff. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Unleashes one. Got him downfield. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Running to the left. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throws for the tight end. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run versus man, or you can run versus zone and have a lot of success.
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on 3rd down. Right on the money. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Looking to throw again. Pressure coming. And he's snowed under. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
The one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Quick strike complete. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking to scramble. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Wants to throw on third down. Complete. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. Quick tempo here for the offense. Looking to throw on first down. Scrambling away. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Might be changing the route. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Right on target this time. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. He'll take a shot. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Iowa City. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Once for the tackle.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Lanier. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Power football with the run. Man, defender missed. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Looking downfield on first down. Got his man in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Oh, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They're working that left side. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jason. They need a few more. You've given them a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch. Yeah,
you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
that. Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. It's complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. We saw it on that last play.
Wants to go up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Back to work for the 1st down in the final period of this one. To the air on 1st down. Using the quick game. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. On a little time, lets it go.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. He fires a bullet to the right. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They want to throw it. Here's the pressure. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Peterson.
Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
Lining up for the PAT. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Charlotte took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to the Queen City. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Got his man downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And the Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They march to the red zone, and here they go. He's got an open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. They keep it on the ground, clock is their friend. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. The running back has it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Right back to the well. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
Could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Iowa has the ball back on offense. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Second down, they'll go to the air. Blasted as he lets it go. Connection to the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. And the Hawkeyes with the 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Wants to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. The snap sets up the throw. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick.
And how about that? They pull out the onside kick. They're able to get it down 3 here in the 4th quarter. They're in great position right now to at least tie this game.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Firing to the right, complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating. And you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. You wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
Bringing the heat. Another incompletion on third down.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to cover.
Man, that's a big kick. That's a big moment, a lot of pressure. He delivers, ties this football game up late in the 4th quarter.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good to see.
Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Kennick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Gonna take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Irish send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll take it on the return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop and you can save every second you have.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Now facing a third and long. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Man, you gotta love this defense. Being dialed in, being ready for the pass late in this football game when you needed a stop, playing tendencies, breaking on the football, 3 straight incompletions. Way to rise up by this defense.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to change this route. To the air on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. Incomplete. The final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. If he runs this back, this game's over. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on 1st and goal in overtime. Pocket breaking down. Makes the catch. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime.
And Reese, we know the fullback's job. He's in there to block consistently, so it's a nice job by the offense, slipping him out of the backfield, throwing him a bone. He catches it, does the rest, and gets into the end zone.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a